everyone, welcome with my 27th video for web programming video series. And in here I have developed the product registration page. I have created here in the question 24 the design and question 25 the product registration part, and in here question 26 I have created the product view page, and in here question 26 let's see what's included. The task of looking at product information needs to be further simplified. There are several steps to begin the process. As the first step, we need to create a web page that shows information about the relevant product by clicking on image of the product in our current web page. So here, if you can remember, this is the current web page that we have created in my previous video, the view page, the product view page, and it says that we have to complete the task when we click this image. Upon this image, another page should be appear like this to update the details and to go to the back, and the product details should be added to these input fields, and those input fields should be disabled. Here every input field should be disabled, and create a function to call browser's back button to web page back button. Here in this web page back button, browser's back button, here the browser's back button, if you know, here this is the browser's back button. So we have to call this browser's back button by the usage of this web page back button. Create a function to call the back button of the browser from the back of the web page. Here this is the task I have to fulfill in my 27th video, and let's check how it is done. Here I am going to view the answer, and you can see this is the interface that I have created in my previous video also, and here also the product registration part is done. Here the alerts came, and we can register another product also with the usage of this interface. But I am not going to I'm not going to register product here, because if I going to do that, the length of this video may be too long. So here let's move on to the thing that I have to create in this video. So I am going to view the product by clicking this. You can see this is the view page, and here the cursor becomes the cursor pointer, that means cursor hand cursor comes when I go to the image. Then I can click on this each and every image, and by clicking this image we are going to another page. I'll show it by using this craft cheese. Then you can see this is the way I have created the product view only page. You can see these input fields are disabled. We can't if the input field is not disabled, when I put this cursor upon this input field, the cursor should be changed into this type of cursor. Here this type of cursor should be appear, but here because of these fields are not these fields are disabled, the cursor pointer appears even I'm going upon to this input field. So okay, this is the way, and all these data are gained from the database, and this is the product image I have created. Then here by calling this browser back button, I can go to the view page. Then I'll show you how this web page back button calls this browser's back button, and I'm going to click this. Then you can see I have came to the previous page, that means the previous page I have viewed from my browser. Then I am going to view again another product as the KitKat White. Okay, then this is the product view page for the KitKat White that I have registered this product in my 25th video, and then I am going to the back page also, and you can see again the browser's back button calls by the back button in my product view only page. Okay, this is the thing that I have to create in my 27th video, and let's move on to the code. I'll show you the code. Then here in day 6 folder, this is my Q27 file folder, and index underscore Q27 PHP file carries the question as same as in my previous videos, and this is the button for viewing the answer. So here for ans underscore Q27 I have linked here the 26 PHP file. Also I hadn't created another file for viewing the products, as I can gain it from my previous folder. That means ans underscore Q26 PHP file, I have gained it here, and I have linked it to this view answer button. So here by clicking this ans underscore Q26, we are directed to this page, and for this page here I have linked the CSS I have created in my previous folder, question 25 folder. And when I click this view products, then again it calls view function. Then here this is the way I have given the function window.location views 26.php file. Then this is the view 26, and if you can see here I have modified the query, and I have gained the ID of the product into the variable $id, and I have given the image within to an anchor tag, that this is the image tag, and I have passed the source for the image as the path of the image that I have given. I have entered to the database table, and this is the image tag, and that image tag is included within this anchor tag. So for that anchor tag I have given the path. By clicking that image I can go to the view27.php file by carrying this product ID. So here that goes to this view27.php file, and here in this view27.php file I have get the ID of the product by the $_get associative array, and stored it that within this $id variable. So then I have made a connection to the database, and I have given the query as select all from product where id equals $id, and I have gained the result set, then checked whether the number of rows are equal to 1 or not. Then if it is equal to 1, I have gained the details of the product to this associative array, and this is the way I have given the image of the product, and this is the way I have created the disabled input fields with the usage of Bootstrap. Here in the Bootstrap, in their documentation it says that we can use this type of input field, input class form control type text, and we can give value any value to this input field, and if we put here as area label disabled input example and disabled read only, we can create a disabled input field. And I have created all the input fields here in that disabled manner, because it has said in the question that this field should be in disabled mode. And this is the button for the update product. I have not given any function to this button, and for this back button I have called this back function. Here in this q27.js file, this is the function for the back, and you can see it's given that window.history.back, and with the usage of this function I can call the browser's back button, and with the usage of that I can go to the previous page that I have viewed in my browser. So this is the q27.css, the custom CSS I have used here for the box, that means the product view. I show you it here. This is the box, and you can see I have given box shadow, and for that I have created this. And okay, I'll show you the responsibility also. this is the way I have created my page in a responsive way. You can see here for the extra small size, and then small, then medium. For all the sizes, this view page also is responsive. And okay, this is the way I have created the answer for my question 27. And for gaining vast knowledge, I request you all to watch my previous videos also, and let's have fun time with coding. Please be with my channel, and thank you for watching this. Meet with another video soon.